So, it's the story of, if you download my Peaceful Inner Life CD, by the way, which is free on my website now, the story's in there.
Let me see if I understand you.
I haven't told the story yet.
Oh. Okay. I'll wait.
There was a Chinese farmer who had a beautiful black stallion. You heard this one?
No.
And all the neighbors would say, "What great fortune that you have such a beautiful black stallion." You heard it?
Maybe. No. Too soon to say.
Chinese farmer said, "I know, I haven't given you much yet." Chinese farmer said, "Wait and see, time will tell." And one day the stallion jumped the fence of the corral and ran off into the woods. All the neighbors said, "Oh, what bad fortune." Chinese farmer said, "Wait and see, time will tell." A couple weeks later, the stallion comes prancing out of the forest, and behind him are 2 pregnant mares. And all the neighbors said, "What great fortune." Chinese farmer says, "Wait and see, time will tell." So the mares had their foals, and they grew into these fine young ponies, and the farmer had a son. The farmer's son said, "I will break one of the ponies." So the farmer's son, at the appropriate time in the breaking process, climbed on the pony's back. And as ponies do, the pony bucked and kicked and spun him off his back, and he fell on the floor of the corral and broke his leg. Neighbors, what bad fortune. Farmer, wait and see, time will tell. So about that time, the king of this land declared war on the neighbor land and sent all of his men into the countryside to gather up all the healthy young men to fight his war. And when the king's men came to the Chinese farmer's farm, they did not take the boy. So there's more than one lesson in that story, but one of them is that the Chinese farmer had something going on. It wasn't like he just didn't give a shit, right? He had a place inside, an inner hearth and home, that allowed him to be that way. And that's equanimity. Because that really is a perfect segue into what we're going to talk once I finish my defining terms piece here. So we're going to talk about breath. I'm just going to write that down so I can remember it. Because my mind left on its own probably won't. Okay, so let's try this a little cleaner without me writing all over it. Okay? What you know you don't know. You don't know, you don't know. There's God. So then, the other 2 pieces are kind of like Venn diagram. You know Venn diagrams? The Venn diagram is like in math where you have 2 things that have some things in common and they don't have some things in common. Like some cars are red and some cars are Chevy, and some cars are both red and Chevys. Anyway. It's like this. It needs to include all these levels here, so it's going to be kind of like like that. So this one is Tantra. And this one is sacred sex. This really should kind of be more down in here. But anyway, wouldn't be a circle anymore, would it? Right?
What's outside the pyramid?
I don't know. Any ideas? Something else.
No, I mean, but you have this bunch of stuff outside the pyramid now.
Yeah.
Everything was inside the pyramid, now you have something going outside the pyramid, and I'm just kind of curious as to what your motto is, but if you don't, that's fine that you don't know.
Yeah, well, cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could fit those circles inside the pyramid. And
You would have.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
maybe they could be all inside the pyramid. I don't
It's
know.
not a picture, it's a graph.
And maybe next
Okay,
week
I get you.
this will look
Yeah.
different after I ponder your question.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So I was having a visit with a couple I know through my son's baseball, and I was talking to them a little bit about what I'm up to, and it got on the subject of Tantra. And I was talking about Tantra as a spiritual path, really. And she was like that. It wasn't really following until I actually did go into the sexual component of it. And then the light bulb went off. She says, "Oh, tantric sex." Right? And so that's what happens in our culture when you mention Tantra or Tantra. That's where everybody goes. It's about sacred sex.
When you lose your